Hi guys, thank you for coming back to my channel today. I hope you're doing really well. The lighting is a bit more dark and warm today, so tell me whether you like that or not. I tend to like it in videos just because it's kind of more the vibe that you want when you're about to go to sleep. So yeah, let me know what you think. Today I thought that I would do a personality test, and I know I'm definitely not the first one to do this video ASMR style. I watched the personality test video that Gwen Quiz did, and I thought, first of all, that I just want to take the test because I find those things really, really interesting. But I also just thought that I would like to do that video as well. So I will be taking the test and going through the questions one by one, and I encourage you to take the test after if you'd like. I really think that if we know our personality type and maybe certain tendencies that we may have, then we might be more aware of our actions day to day, and we might be just more likely to try to make a change for the better. So I encourage you to take the test as well if you haven't already, and we might as well just begin. And this is the website. It's 16personalities.com, and it's a free personality test. So basically there are 16 different personalities, and you could be any one of them, and it's based on your answers to a number of questions. So it says here that it takes less than 12 minutes, and it says to answer honestly even if you don't like the answer, which is sometimes hard to do but necessary in order to find your true personality. And try not to leave any neutral answers. I'm guessing chances are we feel a certain way about everything. We tend to have an opinion on almost everything. So state your true opinion. Alright, so let's begin. So I'm doing this for me to find my personality type. So first, you find it difficult to introduce yourself to other people. So in the middle here would be neutral. I'm either going to disagree a little, disagree quite a bit, or really disagree. Or agree a little, agree quite a bit, or really agree. And I'm gonna really agree to that. I do find it really hard to introduce myself to new people. You often get so lost in thoughts that you ignore or forget your surroundings. I'm going to disagree with that mediumly. I usually am always aware of what's going on. It's always in the back of my mind, like, who's around. I can't forget about it. You try to respond to your emails as soon as possible and cannot stand a messy inbox. Strongly agree with that one. That is very me. You find it easy to stay relaxed even when there is some pressure. I'm going to disagree with that on a medium scale. It depends, I guess, what it is. In pressure in social situations, I really freak out. But if it's like schoolwork, pressure to do well on a test, then I can stay somewhat relaxed some of the time. You do not usually initiate conversations. This is very true. Once in a while I do, if I just feel that the person is giving off a vibe that I feel comfortable with and I feel that it would be easy to talk to them. But most of the time I'm too shy to say anything. Unless if someone talks to me first, I would love to have a conversation, but I'm too nervous usually. You rarely do something just out of sheer curiosity. I feel like I slightly agree with that. I do things out of curiosity sometimes, but definitely, I would say less than the average person. Next. You feel superior to other people. I'm going to strongly disagree with that one. Being organized is more important to you than being adaptable. I don't know what to say here. Being organized is definitely important, but so is being adaptable. But to me, I feel that if I stay organized, then I will 100% get the job done, no matter what it is. I just need to make a plan and stick to it. So I'm going to kind of agree with that one. You are usually highly motivated and energetic. Yes, I'm very highly motivated. Even with things I don't want to do, if I know I have to do them, I am really motivated to do it. Winning a debate matters less to you than making sure no one gets upset. Mostly agree. I think I definitely want to make sure that nobody gets upset, but sometimes if it's someone that I know really well, I don't mind hurting their feelings a little bit to prove my point, I guess. You often feel as if you have to justify yourself to other people. Strongly agree with that one. All the time I do. I find it so hard to say no, and if I do say no, I have to have a very good reason and follow the no with my reason immediately. Your home and work environments are quite tidy. Strongly agree. You do not mind being at the center of attention. I have to disagree with that. Despite being on YouTube, being the center of attention in a way, like I turn on the camera and it's just focused on me, but I feel like in public, when there's actually people around, I can't be the center of attention. You consider yourself more practical than creative? I have to mostly agree. I don't have much creativity, I wouldn't say. People can rarely upset you. I have to strongly disagree with that. I worry too much about what other people think, for sure, so sometimes I get upset even if they didn't say anything, if I just sense how they're feeling, then it will make me upset. Your travel plans are usually well thought out. I would agree with that. It's often difficult for you to relate to other people's feelings. I have to disagree with that. I feel like I can sympathize with most anybody. Your mood can change very quickly. Agree. I could definitely be doing something and some small thing would happen and I would be either really happy or really unhappy right away. Which I think a lot of people are like that. Just depends on what the trigger is. In a discussion, truth should be more important than people's sensitivities. That one's really hard. I feel like most people would say truth, but I would say people's sensitivities are more important for the most part, unless it's something really important that needs to be said. I would definitely cater to trying to keep everybody happy, I guess. You rarely worry about how your actions affect other people. Disagree. I worry about it all the time. Your work style is closer to random energy spikes than to a methodical and organized approach. Disagree. You're often envious of others. I would agree with that. Yeah. An interesting book or video game is often better than a social event. I would disagree, kind of. I really do like being around people if it's fun, but there are the occasions that a book or video game would be better, I think. Being able to develop a plan and stick to it is the most important part of every project. Yes, agree. I think I said this earlier. You can just get organized, make a plan, and follow it. It's the rest of the actual project is the easy part. The hardest part is figuring out what you're gonna do, making the decisions. And then once you have a plan laid out, it's really easy to actually follow it, I find. You rarely get carried away by fantasies and ideas. I would slightly disagree with that. I mean, I do sometimes. I think everybody does kind of have dreams that are maybe unrealistic, but it's exciting to think about. You often find yourself lost in thought when you're walking in nature. Definitely. If someone does not respond to your email quickly, you start worrying if you said something wrong. Agree. Or text message. Agree. As a parent, you would rather see your child grow up kind than smart. Definitely agree. You do not let other people influence your actions. Disagree, I definitely do. And I know that's a weakness of mine, but I do. When you sleep, your dreams tend to focus on the real world and its events. I mean, slightly agree, like sometimes they do, but sometimes they don't. It does not take you much time to start getting involved in social activities at your new workplace. I'd say disagree. I love to do the social activities, but I won't feel comfortable doing them until I know the people quite well. You're more of a natural improviser than a careful planner. I would definitely disagree with that. I like to plan things out. Your emotions control you more than you control them. I would agree with that. They do. My emotions control my life and what I do, I would say. You enjoy going to social events that involve dress-up or role-play activities. Yes, I do. You often spend time exploring unrealistic and impractical, yet intriguing ideas. Yes, I would agree with that. Like the mansion that I want to live in, which is never gonna happen. I think about that stuff. You would rather improvise than spend time coming up with a detailed plan. Disagree. You're a relatively reserved and quiet person. I would agree with that for the most part. Unless like I know people well, or for some reason there are some people that I just feel naturally comfortable around even if I don't like really know them. I don't know. But for the most part, yeah. If you had a business, you would find it very difficult to fire loyal but underperforming employees. Strongly agree. You often contemplate the reasons for human existence. I would slightly disagree. I've certainly thought about it and what is my purpose here? What am I meant to be doing? But by no means do I often contemplate it. Logic is usually more important than heart when it comes to making important decisions. I'm gonna mostly disagree because I think logic does play a big part, but important, big life decisions, I think, need to be made with your heart because it's your life and you're an individual person, and those things that relate to you and your life path need to be made from your heart, I think, in order to be making the right decision to make you happy, to take you down the right path in life. That's just my opinion. Keeping your options open is more important than having a to-do list. I mean, I don't know, I would slightly disagree because I think that keeping your options open is important, but I have said this before that I think having a to-do list is one of the best things that you can do to motivate yourself to get everything accomplished that you need to do, whether it be small day-to-day things or steps towards a larger goal that you might have. A to-do list is really, really important. If your friend is sad about something, you're more likely to offer emotional support than suggest ways to deal with the problem. I I would mostly agree with that. I like to offer solutions if I can, but that's really based on my opinion. And I have kind of a theory that I'm sure is really popular, that people do what they want to do. They listen to the advice that they want to hear, and it doesn't really matter what you say, because they're probably going to do what they want to do no matter what you say. So because of that, I like to offer my opinion slightly, but for the most part, I'll just try and say, I'm here for you and I support you. You rarely feel insecure. I have to disagree with that one, to be honest. I feel insecure all the time. I do feel that I have talents and things like that, but I don't know, it's a natural thing, I think, to feel insecure sometimes, especially around other people. Sometimes it's hard not to compare yourself, etc. You have no difficulties coming up with a personal timetable and sticking to it. Agree with that. Being right is more important than being cooperative when it comes to teamwork. Mostly disagree. I think you definitely have to be cooperative, but you don't want to be over cooperative if you know that what everyone's planning to do is wrong. You think that everyone's views should be respected regardless of whether they're supported by facts or not. I mostly agree, but there are some exceptions, like if it's hurting other people, then why? Why should that be respected? If there's no facts to back it up and it's harmful to others, then you should really probably most likely change your opinion. You feel more energetic after spending time with a group of people. Agree. Usually I'm just mellow unless people say, do you want to do something? If I get that text, do you want to do something? And then I'm immediately energetic and ready to go. You frequently misplace your things. No, I don't usually ever. You see yourself as very emotionally stable. Disagree mostly. Obviously I can keep it together if it's necessary, but for the most part, things do upset me. I worry too much about what people think, things like that. Your mind is always buzzing with unexplored ideas and plans. Slightly agree, I guess. You would not call yourself a dreamer. I would slightly disagree. I think that I do like to plan and have dreams and goals, but I am not one of those people who, as a little girl, was planning my wedding and things like that. You usually find it difficult to relax when talking in front of many people. Strongly agree. Generally speaking, you rely more on your experience than your imagination. Yeah, I would agree with that. You worry too much about what other people think. Oh my gosh, yes. I think I've already said it a few times just while answering these questions, but definitely. If the room is full, you stay closer to the walls, avoiding the center. Yes, I would say that I mostly do. You have a tendency to procrastinate until there's not enough time to do everything. No, wouldn't say that I do. You feel very anxious in stressful situations. Oh yeah. You believe that it's more rewarding to be liked by others than to be powerful. I do agree with that. You've always been interested in unconventional and ambiguous things, like in books, art, or movies. I don't know, slightly agree, I guess. You often take initiative in social situations. I would say disagree, I almost never do. Okay, so now we're ready to get my results. So my personality type is a defender, ISFJT. So, my answers, I'm 65% introverted, I guess, and 35% extroverted. 56% observant and 44% intuitive. 92% feeling and 8% thinking. 96% judging and 4% prospecting. 96% turbulent and 4% assertive. That's interesting. The little quote here on this personality type is, "We are born not just for ourselves." So let's read about it. The defender personality quote is that love only grows by sharing. You can only have more for yourself by giving it away to others. And that is by Brian Tracy. Brian Tracy. The defender personality type is quite unique, as many of their qualities defy the definition of their individual traits. Though sensitive, defenders have excellent analytical abilities. Though reserved, they have well-developed people skills and robust social relationships. And though they are generally a conservative type, defenders are often receptive to change and new ideas. As with so many things, people with the defender personality type are more than the sum of their parts, and it is the way they use these strengths that defines who they are. Defenders are true altruists, meeting kindness with kindness in excess and engaging the work and people they believe in with enthusiasm and generosity. There's hardly a better type to make up such a large proportion of the population, nearly 13%. Combining the best of tradition and the desire to do good, defenders are found in lines of work with a sense of history behind them, such as medicine, academics, and charitable social work. Defender personalities, especially turbulent ones, are often meticulous to the point of perfectionism, and though they procrastinate, they can always be relied on to get the job done on time. Defenders take their responsibilities personally, consistently going above and beyond, doing everything they can to exceed expectations and delight others at work and at home. So there is a lot of information on each personality type. So remember, this is only one of 16. So you can read all of this and then move on to strengths and weaknesses. And there are so many other different things that you can read about for your personality type. Some defenders that we may know: Halle Berry, Vin Diesel, Beyonce, Queen Elizabeth II, and Kate Middleton, and Anne Hathaway. Any more? And Lance Reddick, and Selena Gomez, Caitlin Stark from Game of Thrones, Samwise Gamgee from Lord of the Rings, Dr. Watson from Sherlock Holmes series, Tris Marigold, Will Turner, Pam Beesly. Pam Beesly from The Office is a defender. That's cute. Cool. This is really cool. So yeah, there's a lot that you can read about this. Introduction here, then there's strengths and weaknesses, romantic relationships, friendships, parenthood, career paths, workplace habits, conclusion. So that's really, really cool. This is all like free and easy just on this website. So it's 16personalities.com. And I'll put the link in the description box, but I really, really recommend that you take the test. It is nice to take a few minutes to kind of think about yourself, reflect on yourself. If there are some answers where you are kind of like, this is what I tend to do, but I wish I could say that I tend to do the other, then that might bring to light an area that you want to consciously work on improving, moving forward. So it could definitely really help. And just learning a lot more about your personality type, I think is certainly helpful and interesting. So I encourage you to take the test. Thank you very much for watching today's video, and I will talk to you really, really soon.